Live. Live
There
is
we go.
a live.
We is
Oh my
live.
god. We is a live. We did it. We're cold.
Mm-hmm.
It cold. Boo.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Oh my god.
I thought I muted you.
How dare you?
Oh,
That's rude. That's rude.
Oh, Heirs of Chaos just went live.
I did?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Yeah. That was the notification I just got.
Nice. And yes, Happy New Year, everyone. All right, there's a reason why. We told y'all there was a date we were going to come back on. Well,
yeah, about that.
So I got very sick the first week of the new year. And I was about like 70% better. And I was like, I think I need to rest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how bad it was. Bad. And I had that stupid flu thing that's been going around. Which then I got Loki to have, and it was great. And oh buddy, oh that sucked. Let me see, and then Josh had the audacity to work at his job.
Yeah, I got called into work last weekend. So
how dare he be a good employee?
I mean, 7 hours of overtime, I'll take it.
True. And we were going to cover Fallout, but by the time this stream finally happened, our first stream back, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms came out.
Yeah, I texted you on Monday? I was like, you want to cover Night of the Seven Kingdoms instead?
I was like, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, because we're so far behind Fallout at this point. Like, we might cover it in the future. We probably will cover it in the future, considering you've watched it.
I have things to say about Fallout.
So, we will watch it so that Josh's time was not wasted. All right, we will cover it.
But in the meantime,
we will do this. So it's another Game of Thrones thing. Oh, we didn't get an intro.
I mean, we did.
Sure, we can call that an intro. I have mixed feelings about that scene. I'm like, I get it. I get what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But I didn't laugh. So, mixed feelings about it.
I didn't need the projectile shit.
I didn't need that. We could have just had the top-down view, and that was fine. I didn't actually need to see the projectile feces. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was highly unnecessary.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion. And yeah, I'm just like, okay. This is tall. This is Long Man. We now have Long Man and Game of Thrones.
Yep. Sir Duncan the Tall.
Yes.
So I very quickly read the book.
Yeah, he read the book immediately. I haven't read it. I know Loki has read it, so I don't know squat. And this is gonna be really fun because I absolutely have I don't know anything about this series. Mm-hmm. I was to the point that I didn't even know when we were.
Okay, so it's about 70, 80 years after House of the Dragon and 100 years before Game of Thrones.
Yes.
So it's like it's in between. All the dragons are gone.
Yeah, so I did. Once I was told who Lytle was, I was like, okay, all right, I now understand somewhat where we are, and I have no idea what's happening in this era because this doesn't feel like an era anything happened in, because no, it doesn't feel like anyone talked about it. But also, people could have talked about it, and it's went over my head because I didn't know about that. You know, like a lot of the House of the Dragon references in Game of Thrones, which kind of unintentional, right? They were just referencing history. You don't understand until you really watch House of the Dragon, right? So,
if I remember, I think Joffrey referenced
Rhaenyra.
Duncan. No, Duncan. No, I believe
he referenced Rhaenyra too. But
well, he did, but I believe Joffrey also referenced Sir Duncan because he was chastising his father uncle, like his funkle. What have you done as a knight? And he started listing some of Sir Duncan's achievements.
Sir Duncan's achievement so far is being tall and lying.
Yes.
And not being good at being a politician, which is shockingly a benefit to him.
He's a simple man.
Sure, we can call him that. I will say, not even remotely close to being my favorite character so far. So, almost everyone who has, had dialogue and whatever, and is clearly going to be in multiple episodes, is above him on my character favorite sheet right now. Just because, make me like you, buddy. And you haven't made me like you yet. You're kind of just there at the moment. And I know it's a setup.
It's the first episode.
So that's fine. But I'm like, I do have a hierarchy at the moment. It's perfectly fine to just be like, all right, well, and no spoilers.
No.
And I don't know. Well, no spoilers as in stuff that happens beyond this episode, because I don't know anything. I do want to find stuff out. Let's see. So I'll get to some guesses about things.
Okay.
That I have as far as people and things, because I don't know. It is obvious that Lionel Baratheon, who Lionel Baratheon is, right? Obviously, the grandfather to Robert, given the timeline of
who he's actually meeting a little sooner than he did in the book.
Okay, well, thank God.
Not that I think it. I mean, they have to stretch a story that's not that long and have to stretch it to 6 episodes.
8, I think.
I thought they were doing 6.
Hold on. 8.
If it's 8, that's even. Ooh. 8. I don't even know how you tell this story in 8 episodes. That's a lot of filler.
Hold on.
It's not that complicated of a story, to be honest.
Oh, it is just 6. You're right.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, how dare Loki be wrong. Of course, I probably heard you talking about a different show, and I combined them in my head. I have been known to do that before. Two separate concepts, combine them, and be confused about why they're combined.
Yeah.
When they're not.
So it's so you just want to start right at the beginning of the episode?
Yeah, we can start at the beginning. A man is standing dramatically in the rain and somehow not being dramatic about it.
He's really, really old looking for a man who's supposed to be about 16.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. That's a 16-year-old. What are we in an anime? He's 32.
I haven't looked up how old the actor actually is, but in the book, Duncan is described as being 16 or 17. He doesn't quite know.
29.
He's 29. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's described as either around 16 or 17, closer to 7 feet than 6, and just starting to fill out his frame.
Okay. Yeah, that's a grown man.
Yeah, it is.
I painfully a grown man. There is no planet in which that is a 16-year-old, except if you're in an anime. and everyone in high school looks like somehow is drawn to look like they're in their 30s. I don't even know how you manage to do
I mean,
that.
keep in mind, Daenerys in the book is 13,
Oh, I know.
so
Oh, I know. And she's like,
they age people up.
yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Because I wouldn't have wanted to see a 16-year-old. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't want to see a grown man doing that, let alone a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
It's fine. The actor seems to be good for what he's portraying, so whatever. We'll just skip over what the yeah. Let's see. So he's standing in the rain and he is burying. I keep wanting to say master. That is not the correct term. It's his sir. But that sounds weird.
I mean, it's a sire.
Sire. Thank you. That's not really how they pronounced it in the show. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna need another word because there is.
Yes, Penny. We're talking about Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yes. We're talking about that show. Absolutely. Yeah, we went back to doing that because we were taking a little break from the AI stuff because holy hell, that they take so much work.
And we did not anticipate it being like something that lasted all year.
No, that was a single story that spun into a sequel that, much like in Hollywood, we initially wanted one movie and then that did great, so we made another one. And that also did pretty well, so then we made another one and a spinoff.
And a short story.
Yeah, we did
a very Arwen Christmas.
We did a trilogy, a spin-off movie, and then a miniseries. A limited series.
No, a holiday special.
I'm sorry, we did a holiday special.
Yeah.
I definitely don't have any plans to do any more of that this year. I will talk to you after the show.
Okay.
About nothing because we have no plans.
Right.
So, so anyway, so he's burying his sire. Thank you for giving me that word. And
hey, Snorty.
Oh, hello. And you're like, okay. He has 3 horses. You're just kind of like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's raining, and you're like, all right. And then he's laying under the tree because it cuts to like morning and the rain stopped and the horses are sassy and I appreciate that, which is why they rank above him on my character list. I love me sassy horses. Okay. I do. I appreciate sassy horses. Okay. But he's like, well, I'm not wasting the sword because I'm poor and it's a sword. So I'm gonna go do knight things.
Yep, he's a hedge knight. So he has no house that he swears fealty to.
Yep.
He serves the realm.
He is a knight of the 7 kingdoms.
Yes.
So
and he dramatically holds up the sword, and you start to hear the Game of Thrones theme song playing, and then it hard cuts to him taking a dump.
And it is a very bad experience for everyone involved. The horses, the person, Dunk, the audience, everyone. It's a bad experience for everyone involved. And I feel like I didn't need that, but I understand why they did that.
Yeah, they're establishing this is a lighter-hearted show.
That wasn't Wave Stories. I had that. Oh, look. We have info.
Yeah.
Yes. As someone who watched part of A Knight's Tale, I refused to finish it because I got so mad at the love interest that I can't finish it. It made me. I was yelling at the screen. I got way too into it.
But it's a wonderful cast.
Wonderful cast.
It's a decent movie.
But I'm sorry, you're not even with this chick, and she's like, well, in order to be with me, you have to stop your job. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, Excuse me? You gotta lay down your sword if you want to love me. No! That's a
I
knight!
I just
What do you
like
mean?
that. I just like that in Knight's Tale we see a young Robert Baratheon when he was a squire.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just.
Mark Addy is in that movie.
That's so funny. I did not know that.
He's one of the squires.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that doesn't really help the. Well, no, I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing. Even though there's a lot of similarities, like a lot. From just the first episode, I'm kind of like, you're like, I know that two people can come up with an idea at the same time, but like, come on,
Yeah.
this is way too similar. It's not like a super unique idea, but it's too similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I it's been a long time since I've seen A Knight's Tale, so I can't speak to it because it's not fresh.
Oh, it's fine. I have no issue with artists being inspired by things. It's when you deny it and you go, come on now. Like you were obviously inspired by it. You don't have to deny something you were obviously inspired by. Like, just admit you were inspired by it. There's no harm in it.
Kind of like how Babylon 5 was pitched to Paramount and they're like, nah, and then like a year later DS9 comes out.
I haven't seen Babylon 5. I'll take your word for it. It's similar.
Just suddenly there's a Star Trek show with a centered around a space station,
which has never been done before.
Right after their pitch, the idea of Babylon 5, a story about a space station.
Yeah.
It's like,
that is a little sussy. Anyway, so he ends up deciding he was they call it a tourney. It's just like a night tournament.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if they've mentioned it in the show. I don't remember them mentioning what the tournament was for in the show. In the book,
I don't think they have.
It was the Lord's daughter's name day, I think. It was like her 13th birthday or something like that. I think that they were celebrating.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea if they said that or not. I do not remember if that was being said. If it was very much a one-liner that was kind of casually mentioned, and it wasn't focused on like at all.
Yeah. Point is, he decides to test his valor by going to the tournament.
Yes. It's just like, okay. And he stops at an inn, and because he wants some nom, and it seemed like he was gonna stay for the night, and he didn't. So that was weird. It's like, he could have stayed, but then you realize how broke he is.
He has no. Yes, he has no coin.
Yes,
the coin he has, he needs to buy better arms and armor when he gets to the tournament.
Yes, so you do really. It does kind of. They use that scene to kind of give him like how he interacts with other people, because when you first get introduced to him, he hasn't interacted with anyone, so you kind of get an idea of who he's like around people versus himself, and it's pretty much the same person. But then you realize how broke he is. You're like, damn. He is broke.
It's like, I mean, he's a simple man, but he does understand. Like he's simple, but he's not stupid. You know, there's that difference.
No, he's very average, I would say.
Yeah, and he's also clearly illiterate, which is common.
I could have assumed most people who are upper class were illiterate in the Middle Ages for the most part.
Yeah, in the book. He is from Flea Bottom in King's Landing. So he's from the slummest of the slums.
Yeah. So, Yeah,
and I think he was like 4 or 5 when Sir Arlen took him in.
okay. Yeah, it was something like that. He was very young. They had a bunch of flashbacks.
Yeah.
They do show him while he's, I think, burying him, right? Of the
Yes.
flashbacks where it basically he's getting smacked in the face.
Yeah, you don't quite get that indication that Sir Arlen was that mean towards him.
Yeah, I didn't know him. I didn't know this Sir Arlen guy at all when he
Yeah.
was alive because they're burying him when you first get introduced to him.
Yeah.
But I got really no good. Like, okay, he took this guy in, but that was like the end of his good deeds for the most part.
Yeah, no. It does say that Sir Arlen taught him everything he knows about swordplay and like being, doing combat and stuff like that. He did teach him how to read or write. It's not, we don't know if Sir Arlen was literate or not. He just he took him in, taught him the ways of being a knight, and got sick and died. And in the book, we do hear like flashbacks where like he's remembering some advice he gave him, stuff like that, on a couple times. But
Okay.
yeah, and it mentioned like in the book when he after he's like done burying him, he's like, there should be a maester to say a few things, but I don't really know anything to say. But you're always good to me, and you never slap me unless I deserved it, except for that one time.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, I think that's almost exactly what he says.
I noticed there were a lot of lines that were directly from the book.
That's good, at least.
Yes, because George might be an unbelievably slow writer, but damn, he is a good one.
Oh yeah, no, he's good, and that's why I'm sitting here and I'm frustrated that he hasn't finished the Game of Thrones series yet, because I'm like, well, dude, I would love to read your books.
Yeah.
I would love to read them, but I, as somebody who's been a fan fiction connoisseur for several years of my life, there is nothing worse than getting into a fan fiction that isn't completed.
Yeah.
And will never be completed because the last time the author updated was 5 years ago. And you're like, they're not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the worst feelings as a reader. Okay, so I learned my lesson, and I always hit completed after that, after I learned that lesson the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do that for George R. R. Martin too. Until you complete the series, buddy, I will not read it. I can't get into it if you will never complete it, because then I'll never. The only ending I'm going to have is the one I already have, and then I wasted all my time and money.
Yeah. I have not finished reading the main storyline because I'm like, if I'm not going to spend all this time to get invested in this story if the author's not going to freaking finish it.
Yes. No, I mean, there are probably like 1,000 reasons. I have my current headcanon, I think, is the funniest version, and the most, and like one of the more optimistic versions of this is, I think he got super angry over season 8, even season 7 a little bit, right? And I think he's already completed this series, and in his will, he will release it when he's dead.
I mean, that would be funny.
So
I don't think it's not gonna happen.
No,
but it
I
would
know.
be funny.
It's my super optimistic. That would be the funniest end to this story ever. Like that is my current headcanon on how this is gonna go, because for me, for the most part, any other option is super depressing. He just finishes it, right? So he just finishes it, but I think he's already finished it. It's locked in a vault somewhere, and he basically, when his will is being done, that's when it's going to be released. Is that's like one of the conditions in his will. So that I think that would be absolutely hilarious because nobody can do anything about it because he's dead. So it's like, nope, this is the end of the story, and HBO can't say anything, and no one else can say anything because I'm gone. Bye.
Yeah. It's
That's
not going to
okay.
happen, but
It's not going to happen. But I do hope he finishes it. And I don't really care how or whatever, but that would be the funniest end to the story.
yeah.
So anyway, so he's at this inn tavern stable,
And he meets
place.
a boy.
He meets a boy, and I saw his bald head, and I was like, And I kind of looked over at Loki, and I was like, "Is this kid a secret Targaryen? Because why else would you cut off his hair?" And I have no confirmation because Loki has the poker face of an absolute grade A champion, and I can't read that face to save my life. I was hoping maybe I could surprise it on him. He'll tell me, but no, he. I have 0 poker face, and he has 100% poker face, right? When he wants to. If I look at somebody in the eye and I'm trying to have a poker face, I'll start laughing. Whatever the reason is, it's not telling. Yeah, see, it's not telling me, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to look it up because I want to feel big brain. Okay, if I'm correct, because it's like, okay, well, we're in the Game of Thrones universe, right? We're in the Game of Thrones universe. There's one bloodline that has hair that is very, very, very distinct to their bloodline. So knowing that, we should have. Now, I don't know why they would do that. And sometimes bastards of Targaryens do not take on that hair. You look at Rhaenyra, right?
Yeah.
There's
also the possibility
that he's bald.
Well, there's that, but also this is middle age times, right? And it's a common way to cure lice.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, there's that too.
That's fair.
Which in the book is actually brought up.
Okay. All right, fair enough. I mean, it's like, and I was like, oh, well, maybe, I was going through, I was just like, so that's my number one game theory, is that's a secret Targaryen kid. I don't know how the hell they got here. I don't know. It's like, I don't know if that's a bastard or not, because sometimes bastards don't take on their characteristics, and sometimes they do. So that could be one of the many Targaryen incest babies. And then, because that's always a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good plan.
It's worked so well for the for the bloodline so far.
Yeah. Nope. Don't spoil. Do not spoil. If someone spoils, I will ban you. And I am not kidding about that. I will actually ban anyone who spoils that for me. Because I want to be able to go la 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 la, look at me.
I will say, because based on the story from in the book and the fact that they have 6 episodes, I'm guessing they will reveal things about Egg toward the end of episode 4, I'm guessing.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll get to learn shit, because I was like, hey, no way that kid's name is Egg. Okay, that's a nickname at the bare minimum, right? But I was like, there's another option, right? And this one's way more out there, but I think, in my opinion, a way more fun way is that this is how we learn that the spider from Game of Thrones is like a mythological creature, okay? And he has an expanded lifespan, all right?
Oh,
this is the spider from Game of Thrones. He speaks very properly. And I will say, Loki did call my attention to that. That is like the only thing he really gave me. He was like, "Hey, listen to how he talks," and I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Well, damn, this guy has upper echelon like aristocratic pronunciation. It's very articulate. There's no like, how do I put this? There's no apostrophes sprinkled in his words. You kind of, he's saying got to instead of gotta, or I don't know instead of I don't know, it's
very proper.
yes.
Almost
So
like he's been educated, would you say?
almost like he 1000% has come from upper class aristocratic society. And I think he said King's Landing, right? Is where
Yes,
he
he
was
did.
from. And
He
I
did
was
say
like,
that.
oh, okay. So you're clearly a bastard, or you're either a bastard, but a bastard that was taken care of, which is high, that's less likely. Or you are of a family that either A has lost power and the people of King's Landing are doing what the people of King's Landing do, right? They usurped a family that had a lot of power, and this kid was how do I put this? Kind of cast out for the good of the rest of everybody. You know what I mean? To survive, to have the survival of the clan still occur. Especially since it's a young boy, right? Because a young girl, much less likely. But as a young boy, the family lineage can still live on, because then whoever he takes in will keep his, and so on and so forth, right? So kind of like it's not that one. I'm trying to remember. Let My People Go guy. And
Moses?
Thank you. There we go. I don't know why my brain was saying Noah, and I was like, that's not correct. What is this? Why? I watched The Prince of Egypt. It's that guy. My brain is totally short-circuiting because of the cold. All right. And for some reason, I managed to forget the name Moses. That is embarrassing to my entire lineage. All right. That's great. All right. I'm glad that happened live.
Yeah.
I forgot Moses' name.
Loki, clip that.
All right. So so it's kind of like in the movie Prince of Egypt, right? Oh, they kind of go, "Oh shit, we are fucked," and just kind of, put him down the river, which is crazy when you think about it. And he was saved and whatever. It kind of had that, but he's also too old for something like exactly that to have happened, because he's articulate.
Yeah.
Right. So he was obviously in King's Landing long enough to retain that way of speaking. So this either just happened within the past 2 years, right? Or really, really just happened, right? But I feel like 2 years would be like a good 1 to 2 years, right? Because he's what, 12?
In the book, the book takes place over several years, but I believe in this story he's described as 8 or 9.
Okay. But way too old enough to retain that, right?
Yes.
He has that accent, and he's probably always going to have that accent. And so I don't know who it is. If he is the secret Targaryen, I don't know what's happening with the Targaryens right now, because all the dragons are gone. So they have lost power, right?
I mean they're still in charge, but their means of staying in power, their big cudgel on the country is gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just not going to take someone as seriously as them not having a dragon. Okay, so you had dragons. You had these giant fire-breathing beasts that we have almost no way of fighting against. And now you don't have that. I'm not going to take you as seriously. Right? It's like,
well, and
okay,
they know that.
yes, it's like you have a you
So like
used to be able to roll
now
up in here.
so now they need to rule properly.
Yeah, you can't just rule like dumbasses, which is what you're currently doing in the House of the Dragon. Amen.
And I will say, like, overall, I like that this has a completely different perspective on things. This isn't someone who's in charge.
Oh
Whereas,
yeah, no.
like both Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon are about the people in charge
Like
dealing with
perspective.
things. This is a hedge knight. Like, he's not even sworn to a house.
He's a peasant.
Yeah.
For the most part. He's just a normal dude. He's got a normal average dude out there doing normal average dude stuff, you know? Mm-hmm. And I am good with that because that is something I have been wanting for a while. Oh, by the way, we have gotten no snow because my weather app can't figure out whether or not we're going to get like a whole, like, it can't even figure out how much rain we're getting into tomorrow. Okay. It keeps changing whether we're going to get no rain tomorrow or we're going to get rain for half the day tomorrow. It will not figure it out. So I don't know, man. I do know that the city of Houston is shut down on Monday. So yeah.
All right.
No work.
We're expecting 8 to 12 inches right now.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're expecting a lot of snow here.
Yeah.
And it's arriving around, I think, 1 a.m. tonight.
Yeah.
And continuing all day Sunday.
Yeah, then we get round 2 next week. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I was like, what? Okay, I knew this winter was going to be bad once winter actually decided to get its butt here. I didn't ask for this. All right, stupid thing. Anyway, so my current theory is this is a Targaryen of some sort. I have no idea who the hell it is. It's probably a name that's been done. Either it's a name I've never heard of, or it's like the 12th iteration of a name that's been done. Because that's just how it is in the Targaryens. It's like, okay, so we're going to pick this random ass name that no one's done before, or we're going to name them after someone that's already been named after 12 other times. Mm-hmm. And those are your distinctions.
Like, do you have any idea how many Aegons and Daemons and Aemons have been around in the book? Like, it's a lot.
Aegon, I hate that you're this badass guy because I can't follow the Targaryen tree because not only do they name like every male heir, or not every male heir, but like every family that is created has like at least one fucking Aegon, okay? Mm-hmm. But also their family tree is like a slinky.
It's not
in a Venn diagram.
There's not as many branches on that tree as there really should be.
There's a lot of circles happening, okay? And I am just the amount of incest.
It's not a tree, it's a kazoo.
Yes, it's just the Targaryens are the Deep South family that somehow got dragoned. Okay, that is what they are. All right, but they moved upstate, they moved up north, and they think they're high class because they got these dragons. But they are the most redneck, incesty bunch with their sister cousins.
Got it. Penny, got it. Okay.
Thank you. Watch your language, please. Why am I on speaker? Anyway,
we got young ones listening. All right.
All right. Anyway, so anyway, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with this Targaryen. If this is a Targaryen, then okay. Well, you shake your head, and it's pretty obvious. Really, Well, they have really good marketing. They put it all on Alabama.
Alabama. Alabama.
La 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 Alabama. La 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 Alabama. La 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 Alabama. Anyway, so
I'm just picturing, like, when you said like the Targaryens are like the deep South family. I'm now picturing that audio clip I have somewhere of Arwen screaming, "I'm not a dragon, y'all!"
I need Damon with a straw hat, overalls with one strap undone, and a banjo. I now need this, and thank goodness Grok can make that happen. So that is the only good thing that has come out of AI for the most part, is I can make my memes like that into a reality. Other than that, who cares about AI?
I now want to hear the Game of Thrones theme song played on dueling banjos. That would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, trying to, let's see.
Anyway, so
we're on. So I think it's either Targaryen or my fun theory is it's Spider, and that's how you learn he's like this eldritch immortal creature, and I think that's way more fun. As a yeah, do I think that's reality? No.
Okay.
No, but I love that idea. I had a similar idea with the Loki played Fable, and I had a theory that the game master who does not, or the guild master who does not give a shit at all about anyone, oh, I'm sorry, I said I swear, he that
really, Penny? Oh my god.
has fat mannequins. Okay, if they want to spend their money on that.
Okay. It's more of a material cost.
I mean, that's, like I said, it's like, hey, that's their money.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a little silly. Yeah, but hey, that's your money. Sure. Do with your money as you please. Just don't make me pay for it by raising up the prices. That's all I ask. I know that's exactly what they're going to do, but that's all I ask. But anyway, so I had the same opinion with the Guildmaster, because he doesn't care throughout the whole game. He doesn't care about what happened to you. He doesn't care what's really happening to anybody else or anything. He only cares about giving you your next quest. But I liked the idea that he was going to be in all 3 Fable games, and he just
that does not happen.
That does not happen. I was very disappointed about that. But I liked the idea that he was going to be in all 3 Fable games, and he was just this immortal being cursed to deal with this, to be in charge of these people, and he was bored, and that's why he doesn't care. And for me, that was really funny. That's not how that panned out. Anyway, sorry, we're getting off topic. How dare we get off topic, Josh?
Yeah,
we can't do that.
But you also notice Egg does not actually answer his questions. Did you catch that?
Yeah, he's kind of an evasive, which again makes me really, obviously you were born at King's Landing. You're just avoiding answers to actual questions, like,
it's like, is your like because he asks he's like go tell your mother, and he's like, my mother's dead. Oh, are you an orphan? He doesn't answer that question. He just goes, are you? Like,
good politician.
It's like, just throwing that out there. He's just tending the horses.
Yeah.
But he didn't actually answer that question.
No, he did not. He absolutely did not.
Yeah. So Duncan goes into the tavern.
He does, and she's like, hey, you want lamb? You want some duck?
And he's like, yes.
Absolutely. And she was like, damn. All right. Which, to be fair, he's like 7 feet tall. So, And if he's supposed to be 16, a 16-year-old that's 7 feet tall, I'll tell you what, I tried to have a, do you have CC's? Do you know what CC's is?
I've heard of them. They're not up here.
All right, they're pizza buffets, right? So they make
Okay.
pizzas and they put them out and you get some slices and you go back and you pay like a buffet roll, but it's like buffet style pizza, right? Salad bar, quote unquote dessert pizzas. You know what I mean? Just kind of whatever. Well, I had some teammates that would the male teammates, they loved competing who could eat the most pizza. These are teenage boys, by the way.
They can go a lot then.
I made the mistake of trying to compete with them the first time. That was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where they put that. I don't know. They cleared, I swear, they each cleared like 3 pizzas. Easy.
Sounds right. Yeah.
And so I think of that when I was looking,
Yeah.
Now that I know
teenage boys' stomachs are vacuum cleaners. They can just keep going.
Yes, they're like absurd. And so just now that I know he's supposed to be 16 and not a grown man, like I am visually being told through this actor, that makes a lot more sense.
Because in the book, he's described as around 16 or 17, and he's just starting to fill out his frame. So at that age, you've kind of reached like your height level, and now muscles are growing, and that takes a lot of energy.
Yes. I thought it's because he didn't have, he just didn't have any food. Because he clearly doesn't have any food. He has a bed, and then he has 3 horses. But he doesn't have any food anywhere, really. So I just thought it's because he was starving.
He has salted pork.
Oh, he has salted pork. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Which is like, a provisional thing. It's like, if given the choice, you'd have roasted duck all day.
Exactly. So he, and we're in the tavern, and there is one other patron who apparently had a great time. Or a very bad time, because he is out cold wasted.
Yes. And he plays no factor whatsoever later. Just, yeah, totally. You should pay him no mind.
Sure.
No, he's important.
Unnamed character that I'm saying unnamed because I have no idea who this is and I have no recollection of it. I don't want to look it up.
They did not mention his name at this point, and that's true in the book.
Okay, so I don't know who this is.
Yeah, so because we're told from this whole story is from Duncan's point of view, so like he has no idea who this guy is.
Yeah, and I also don't know who this is.
So it works.
So there are 3 things that happen with him.
Yes.
That are very distinct. One, you realize because he ends up standing up. And you look at his outfit and you're like, okay, you come from somewhere important. Because you wouldn't be wearing that. Like Dunk. That's such a stupid name. Duncan,
yes.
I know. We're just gonna have to call him Duncan. This Dunk is just so stupid. Duncan is he's wearing rags. And that's like kind of an insult to rags, because it is
tattered. Very, very tattered wool spun clothing.
Yes, it's itchy. It ain't comfy. It's bad. That you can just take one look at him and go, "Yeah, you have no money." Whereas with him, you take one look at him and you're like, "You have money and you belong somewhere." So what are you doing in this random tavern, right? Right. Like if you were in D&D, this is the guy with the question with the exclamation point above his head that you're gonna go talk to. Yeah, he's important. The next thing you realize is, he says some very distinct things to Duncan, and you're like, what? What the fuck? You kind of brush it off a little bit that he's drunk. And he has no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But you don't know that necessarily. Duncan has no idea who this is and reacts as, someone who just kind of squared up on him a little bit verbally. Who you're just like, what? Like, I just want food.
Mm-hmm.
I just want some food. And who are you? And what are you doing? And oh, you're wasted. But like, am I good? Like, are we gonna throw down? And then the third thing that happens, and this could be a different order, right? But the third thing is what he pays with, which they make sure to zoom in on so that you're, not, oh, was this a blood? No, they made sure that you saw it. It's a Targaryen coin.
Yes.
You're like, okay, interesting. Because I feel like that is higher value, whatever that is. Like, it's either going to have, that is like a very important thing that I need to know for later, right? Or we're just like, hey, yeah, you remember House of the Dragon? You remember Targaryens, guys? Yeah, the dragon. There's dragon. There's a dragon coin. And I don't know what's going on, except this guy clearly is important for later. As I have played way too. I've seen too many fantasy things. I have played way too many fantasy games, and I have played D&D a little bit. And I know an important character that's introduced as an NPC. When I see one, okay.
Yes.
Unnamed NPC is going to be a very important character later. So he does make a distinct impression. And you're like, I don't know who the hell this is.
But he's had a jolly good time.
Sure. He seems very aggravated. He was having a jolly good time. He passed out and he worked up grumpy. And then he goes upstairs, I think, to get some sleep. It looks like. I don't know what he was doing going upstairs. I just have to assume it was to go to sleep because I don't know if they said or anything. Does he look foul but seem fair? He's just some dude with fancy clothes. I don't know. That's honestly, if I had to get, he's a dude with fancy clothes. What color were his clothes? Was it red and gold?
I don't remember what it looked like in the show.
Okay. If it's red and gold, that's Lannister colors. So.
It should be red and black.
Red and black? Well, then if it's red and black, that's a dead giveaway. But I don't think he had the right hair for that. But then again, I don't know. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I think he had blonde hair, but there's a difference between blonde and Targaryen blonde,
Yeah, because like Targaryens have that like
platinum.
It's like platinum hair color. Yeah,
you basically have platinum blonde hair, and then Lannisters have like classic.
But we have seen.
Yes.
Not all Targaryens do have that platinum hair color.
No, especially when it's not Targaryen with Targaryen.
Right.
And sometimes you will have that, and there'll be a different color. So it could be, you could have like an official marriage between.
Like when your boys are really nice and strong. And
are, definitely don't look like the guy that you were sleeping with.
Yeah.
Not the gay man you married.
Yeah.
Shocking story at 8. A woman does not sleep with gay men, even though she's married to him. Nor at 11.
I mean, at least try for one legitimate kid, guys. Come on.
Yeah, guys, I understand. This is not going to work.
At least one.
But at least, suck it up, Buttercup. It's just
it's part of your royal duty.
Yes, you kind of have to. Do I agree with it? No. But I also think this whole royalty thing is stupid anyway. So just like, what? You were born in a family that before you had a lot of money and basically declared themselves royalty. You don't actually have royal blood, just so we're clear. No human has royal blood because there's no different blood in humans. It's just your ancestors had a lot of money and power.
Correct.
That's it. That's it. That's the only thing that distinguishes you. All right. There is no actual royal blood. So I hate that. I hate the idea of the whole, oh well, royal blood. Yeah. If they can accept a transfusion from a peasant, they don't have special blood. I'm sorry.
Correct.
So that shit's stupid. But that's not something that in a medieval setting is going to be something anyone's going to listen to, because we're like neck deep in royalty and serfdom and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so we have this random NPC that's obviously an important character later. It could be a Targaryen. It could be shocking a Targaryen that isn't a product of incest. Wowzy wowza. We decided that was dumb.
Slow down. Wait a minute.
I know, right. Okay. We decided that maybe we don't like having incest babies. And maybe there's something wrong with that. Yes, correct. Anyway, so we also don't like having incest babies be in charge of things.
It tends not to go well historically.
Historically, it ends poorly. Hell, historically in the show, it ends poorly. I give you the Mad King. Rutro.
Or Danny.
Or Danny. Now, I will give her this. She was fine until the writers decided she wasn't. Okay. Like, yeah, she was getting a little bit of a short temper, but dealing with Cersei Lannister will do that to somebody, okay? Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the idea of Targaryens are just albinos. That's funny. Yeah, because in the books they have purple eyes.
Yes, they do.
So, yeah.
Yeah, which is something the show never did. Which it's like, why not? How hard is it to get contacts?
Yes, I'm a big fan of following through on that. But I will say, if you're trying to keep a Targaryen hidden, yeah, you could cover the hair, right? Mm-hmm. The eyes are going to be a problem.
Correct.
So, anyway, so so I don't know. Whoever this guy is, he was having a good time. He doesn't seem like he's in that great of a mood. He really doesn't like the idea of a night. So I don't know what that means. That's kind of weird. Because he was did he point his sword at him? Because he was very aggressive.
I think he did.
He was like, hey, blah, 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 slurs a bunch of drunk things. And I don't remember what he said. What did he say? If I know. I really don't want to look it up because if I look at... Actually, no, I could.
Couldn't you just pull up the episode?
I could just pull it up the episode. That's silly. What am I doing? I have HBO Max on my phone.
Yeah, so do I, actually. Hold on.
Yeah, I was like, what? Oh, I don't want to look it up. And I could literally just actually look it up because I have the service. There we go. It's only 42 minutes long.
Yeah, it moved really nicely.
Yeah, I got to the end and I was ready to see like the next part, and then the credits rolled and I was like, what? Okay. Oh, and now I can actually properly look at his clothes. La, 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 la. I want to see him in the tavern. Okay. He puts his shield down. Duck and lamb, I want both. She knocks back a drink and then pours him a drink in the same glass. Oh, and he's not they kind of set you up to thinking he's the innkeeper's son, and he's not. Like, he obviously says he's not. And he does tell you later he's in King's Landing. Innkeeper has a daughter. Blah, blah, blah. The innkeeper lets you know she's not into sports. Oh, okay. So drunk McGee wakes up from his drunk coma and is staring at Duncan and said, "I dreamed of you." And you're like,
right.
Okay.
I forgot about that. That's right. That's also that is in the book too. I forgot about that.
All right, that's a little gay, sir.
Yeah, but who in this universe has dreams of people and things?
Lots of people, quite frankly. What are we calling dreams here? Are we calling it literally dreams? Or are we calling like seeing stuff into the future? Because if we're seeing stuff into the future, we're talking about that kind of shit. There's been a couple, but
yes.
The most recent one I can think of is Daemon Targaryen with the tree.
Well, you're also forgetting about their sister.
Everyone forgets about her. That's okay. And everyone does forget about her, and then doesn't fucking listen to a word she says, and then everything goes to shit. Anyway, so
if a seer has visions, you should probably pay attention.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
When you are in a plane of existence that has people that can actually properly see shit in the future, and they tell you shit they see in the future, and it's no bullshit, right? You should listen to them. Always. Yes. You should always listen to them. All right. So he brings out his little knife. You stay the fuck away from me, you hear. And you're like, well, okay. Go to bed, sir. And he has blonde hair. And of course, Duncan's like, huh? What? What the fuck is happening? I just want to eat. And he's wearing red, gold, and black. I think. That's why I thought it was red and gold. But it's also the firelight makes things look more gold than they are. Could be silver that looks gold in the firelight. Because it does cast a heavy yellow thing. And then he goes bleh, like the most like a raspberry at him, like bleh, and then walks away. And honestly, what a baffling interaction that is. Can you imagine you're sitting at Chili's and you're waiting for the chips and salsa to get there, and you're just like, and this guy like kind of across the like in a diagonal booth from you just starts saying, "I've dreamed of you, and you stay away from me," and then like hobbles his way out. You're like, okay. Now that I look at him, he's probably a Targaryen. He pays with Targaryen money. Now, what the fuck is a Targaryen doing here? How far away are they from King's Landing? Because the Targaryens are still in charge, right? It wasn't until the Mad King was, well, quite rightly killed by Jaime, that the Targaryens were basically kicked out. Yeah? I think so. I think that's what happened. But yeah, he's wearing. It looks red. It looks like it could be red and gold and black, but I wasn't paying attention to the black because I thought it was just shadowed. So I saw red and gold, right? And I saw blonde hair, and I was like, oh, this might be a Lannister, right? If they're paid with Targaryen, whatever, right? But this actually might be a Targaryen. I don't know who the fuck this is. But if he's a seer and he's a descendant of the Targaryen line with that one chick, and I don't know how House of the Dragon ends. I'm assuming it ends poorly for most parties involved.
Well, I mean, it's the story of the Targaryen Civil War, and the Targaryens win.
And lose.
Correct.
Really lose, actually. I'm going to go ahead and argue that by the time everything is said and done, there's not a lot left because they do end up going extinct. Because you don't have a species like that go extinct unless the vast majority of the caretakers have been nuked. So.
I can't go into too many. I can't say anything without going into
fine.
Spoilers.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's okay. I'm just saying, generally speaking, that's how it is, right? If you had a prestigious horse line, right? Let's say there's only one family that had Clydesdale horses, right? And they had like a civil war between them. And there's like 2, maybe Clydesdale horses left. They're gonna die out for the most part. You're not gonna get a whole lot out of that. That's just how that works. As you're using them also to fight the wars. You fight the battles. So in order to lose a battle, generally you're gonna kill one off. And there's only so many times you can do that before there's not that many left. So regardless of who wins, in the reality, you lose significantly by doing that. Which is one of the reasons why Viserys didn't want that to happen, among other things.
Correct.
And why really nobody wanted that to happen, because really nobody wins. Like, yeah, one stays in charge. Obviously, one team wins and one stays in charge, right? Because they're still in charge in this, and they're still in charge until like right before Game of Thrones starts happening for the most part, timeline wise. Maybe like a decade before, right? So anyway. Dany, I don't know if Dany was in the palace, but she was 13 at the beginning. So about a decade, maybe more than that.
She has faint memories of living in the palace, I think.
So okay, a decade before is the last time a Targaryen was in charge, I would say. All right, I need y'all to get over Jaime Lannister killing the king then. All right, it's been a decade. Y'all need to move on. Like, sorry. Yeah. Oh, he killed the guy that was murdering everyone. Oh, boo-hoo. Move on. It's been 10 years.
He still broke his oath, though.
Okay. Well, you can, all right. Well, next time I just won't do that. When somebody is in charge.
No, I mean, I think Jaime did. Overall, I think Jaime did the right thing. But the problem still is, he's charged with protecting the king, and he didn't do that.
Yeah, he did. He protected the king from himself by killing him.
Not really.
He was nuking his legacy, literally.
Yes.
And in order to save the king and his legacy, he killed him.
Yeah, but he sacrificed his honor to do it.
Literal honor as defined? Sure. I'm throwing that guy a parade. Oh, good. The guy that's murdering us is all dead. Oh, you had to do... Oh, whatever. We'll sweep that in the right. That's fine. That's okay. What's fine. All right. Oh, the next king just doesn't need to do that. And you'll be fine. All right. You just can't murder a whole bunch of people. Yeah. If that happens, I'm gonna want the guy that. Yeah. Anyway, stupid thing.
He also didn't need to do it.
Oh, I thought he was the only one there that had access and could properly do it. Was there someone else that could have? That's really funny. If someone else could have done it.
I mean, he was ranting, giving out these orders and everything, and Roberts was like an hour away from getting to the palace.
No, just smack him in the face. Just punch him in the face and be like, "Hey, bud, I can't do this, so you're gonna need to do this." And we'll tell this big story about how you saved it or whatever. You'll get you could be with my sister, and you can have the whatever, and it'll be fine. Yeah, just punch him in the face. All right. Well, then that's a little different. I didn't realize it was that. I thought I had this whole and this is probably on me for imagining this and just running with it with no double checking. I had this whole thing where everything's on fire. And,
no.
Part of the castle is destroyed, and it's like the end boss fight of a video game.
And no, it wasn't like that.
And Jamie's the only one that's made it in the room. I gotta stop you from murdering everyone with your fucking dragon. So I'm gonna kill you. And that's how I set it up in my brain. So that is totally on me for doing that. I did not realize he could have just sucker punched him in the face and waited till Robert got there. Oh my god. Okay, Jamie, you deserve a little bit. You dumbass.
I mean, overall, he still did the right thing stopping him, but it's you could have just stepped aside.
Again, you could have punched him in the face. Okay, you could have punched him in the face and just waited. Because, we're getting rid of this guy. This guy's not in charge anymore. He made this call, and I don't think he's going to make a different call. So, anyway. And back to Hedge Knight.
Yes.
Back to Hedge Knight. Okay. So, possible Targaryen NPC who's not important at all goes upstairs.
Correct.
And
he needs a lie down now.
To be fair, it seemed like he drank a lot.
Yes.
And Duncan eats. It's great. And he's about to leave. He's getting his horses. And he stumbles upon the stable boy, who we will later learn is named Egg, who's the guy he was talking to earlier, the bald guy. And he is cosplaying. More like LARPing, but
yeah. He's a kid. He's a kid. He's playing.
He's a kid playing knight.
Yes.
With actual knight stuff. And I will not blame the kid for wanting to play knight stuff. Because he's a kid that clearly wants to be a knight.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's a young boy, a bit evil. I wanted to say Europe. We're not in Earth.
No.
I wanted to say Middle Earth. That's also not correct.
God, no. Tolkien actually finished his stories.
I am 0 for 2. Okay.
Westeros.
Westeros is the correct name of this fantasy thing. So he wants to go with them because obviously I'm bored. Right? You can kind of roll with the idea of I'm stable boy and I want more. I'm dreaming of more and reality.
He's like a Disney princess.
Yes. And I did ask Loki, I was like, is this supposed to be a chick? It's a boy. It's a young boy. So the pitch is high enough that it could roll with either, right? And I was like, is this supposed to be a chick? He was like, no, this is actually a boy. I was like, okay, all right.
No, he's just a young boy, and his voice hasn't dropped yet.
Yeah, and that was another theory potentially, right? I was like, you got your Targaryen, you got the fun spider theory, and then you have this is actually a chick, like an easy way to make sure this, is that you shave the head.
Mm-hmm.
So, but okay, so if it is a boy, then that doesn't work. But yeah, That's when you find out that okay, that's not. I guess this small child was looking for work. And I know it's just that's kind of how it was. A small child was looking for work and probably a place to stay, and this is pretty easy, right? Like, okay, he's a stable boy, and he clearly has experience with horses, and so she gave him a place to stay. Now, that is assuming that the innkeeper is not in on my potential Targaryen theory, where they asked him to hide out, kind of thing, kind of like how you had Jon Snow kind of situation, right?
Oh,
A Jon Snow situation. Except Jon Snow kind of got lucky getting in with the Starks, considering they were one of the only sane family in the entire realm.
correct.
So, well, it helped that he did have Stark heritage too. So they wanted to protect him. But anyway, so the kid wants to go with him, be a squire, which it doesn't have a squire. So the fact that he's
because just like a few days ago, he was a squire.
Yes, exactly. So it was like, technically, he just got promoted. And he tells the right, like, no, I'm gonna lone wolf this. You stay here. That's fine, or whatever. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And he pays him, and he's like, yeah, you're gonna take that money. He clearly doesn't take the money. He might have put it in his pocket, but I don't think he kept it. Anyway.
Now, why would you think he wouldn't take the coin?
Because they didn't show it to me.
Oh, no. But why do you think Egg wouldn't take the coin?
Why would I think Egg wouldn't take the coin?
Yes.
Do
you think there's a reason Egg didn't take the coin?
Genuinely, I don't know. I was kind of just going with the fact, well, you didn't show me. It's kind of one of those like, yeah, oh, you're definitely gonna take it. And I was waiting for the scene where he kind of walked off, and he kind of waited till he walked off, and he kind of in the background as the horses are still going and they're on that shot, you see him bend down and take it, and that scene didn't happen. So I was just like, well, kind of like, is someone dead? Did I see their body? No, then they ain't dead. Kind of that same vibe. I didn't really think past that point, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just I wasn't shown that, so I assumed he didn't pick it up. And if he did pick it up, he was going to, because they didn't show me picking him up and him pocketing it for himself. It was like, well, then he might have given it to the innkeeper for some fucking reason. He might have given it to the I don't know. That's pure gut from watching so many things. Okay, that really didn't have anything deeper than that. I have no idea. You might be loaded, which is hilarious if you're dressed like that, loaded, and being a stable boy. Which really makes me think, if you're loaded and you're dressed like that and you're being a stable boy, you are cosplaying, bro. You are cosplaying being poor. What are you, Hassan? Cosplaying the proletariat. Good lord, my brain. I need you to kick it up a notch, buddy. So no, I have nothing other than I just didn't see him pick it up. But I mean, it's money, so if he was going to pick it up, he'd probably give it to the innkeeper. I don't know. That's it. That's all I got. I don't actually have like a real good besides that. So if that actually does end up being like somewhat important, I'm gonna laugh because I just go with, I know I've seen lots of things and I have very good pattern recognition. So most humans do, so I'm not like special or anything. I will say it is interesting he hasn't sold one of his horses yet.
Well, he hasn't also gotten to where he could get the best price for.
I guess
the
so.
horses. Yeah.
I guess it's like, you know, sparsely. Like, yeah, he stumbled across the end, but yeah, I guess if you're waiting on a big city, which obviously he's, you know, but for him, I'd sell one, keep the other, right? So you have a riding horse and you have like a storage horse. It's not what they're called, but that's what we're calling them, storage horse. Having 3 does call a lot of attention to you as a single rider.
Yes.
Gives you a level of status.
In the book, there was one horse that he rode, one horse that his knight rode, and then the other one was a war horse.
Okay. Well, I do know the knight did ride one of them. So it's like, okay, well, if you were going to have 2 people travel together, having 3 horses makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then you can kind of distribute the weight of your belongings between 3 horses instead of 2, which would make them go faster. So you have, so he arrives to, he leaves the inn and leaves egg behind. I'm putting that in quotation marks. And because he does technically. And then they are at the attorney.
Yes.
And it's so funny. He has to register. It's funny. It's just a funny concept to me because I never thought of it like that. That you probably need to register to play sport. Like obviously you need to register to play sport.
Mm-hmm.
In order to be called on and put in a bracket, they have to know you're there. You know. So and this whole scene, him kind of like walking around. They start really showing how tall he is because he went from being alone to being around a woman who's clearly going to be shorter and a couple of children, right? So you're kind of not really getting the idea. You get an idea he's taller, but I mean, obviously he's going to be taller usually than those 3, right?
He's a big boy.
Then he hits his head on the door and he's standing there and you're like, oh, you're like 2 feet taller than everybody. For like the most part. You are huge. Holy shit.
He's a biggin.
Yeah, you're like, okay, boy, you need to play basketball. That's what you need to play. So he goes to register.
Mm-hmm.
And they go down into is it the game? What are you calling this guy?
The game master.
Okay. Yeah, he knocks his head on the thing, and you're like, oh, damn, boy. I see why you like walking around in the open. You don't have to worry about that.
Right. But it's that's also establishing, like you said, just how big he is. And it's also letting you know the repeatedness of him hitting his head. It's a gag, and it's letting you know this shows a little more lighthearted.
Yes, it is. It's definitely it's not as serious as Game of Thrones.
Well, because the stakes overall are smaller.
Oh, he must win the tournament, or he's broke. Okay.
I mean, that is his motivation for this.
You have given up looking for raw salt. That might be something that's hard to find.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just hunkering down, and I'll see where we are on Monday.
Yeah, I gotta move a couple things in the garage to bring the car in, and then we gotta double check everything's good before the sun goes down. And then we are basically not planning to leave the house until Tuesday. So
There you go.
that's currently the plan. And I just want to say, not that anybody in my chat would, please, for the love of God, do not order DoorDash. Don't order DoorDash.
Yeah.
Don't be the reason someone's out on the road.
Yeah.
Don't do that. All right. Now, I know nobody here would do that. I know nobody in my chat would do that. I know you wouldn't do that. I'm not gonna do that. I just for the record, don't do that. Not when it's icy outside. It's rude.
Yeah. Don't do that to people.
No. Don't put them in a. See, I know there's gonna be some employers out there that are gonna do this, and I will have exceptions of like linemen and nurses and stuff like that, right? Where you are important enough to society where you are gonna have to deal with that. That is an essential worker. If your job is requiring you to get out and you don't think it's safe, make sure you put that in writing.
Mm-hmm.
And then make sure you take off. So your life is not worth your job.
Correct.
In any way, shape, or form. So anyway, so this it becomes pretty clear because when you look at the when you kind of look at the tournament, it does look kind of official, right? Like, yeah, they got the tent set up, they got it looks pretty official. And then you go down to the game master, and his kids are playing in his office.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I kind of like that.
That's hilarious. Because that's a good way to keep your eye on your kids, right? With all these strangers around. But also, like, it kind of tells you he's more laid back, right? This is not as serious as it looks outside. Because the game master has kids playing in there, right? And kind of just the way things are, it's not. He's eating while he's working, which relatable. And it doesn't look super like, it kind of just looks like this is our storage room. I've turned it into my office for a temporary time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of just needed a space that was away from everyone that I could get some work done and keep an eye on my kids. So, and Duncan walks in and rags, and he's like, kind of is like, all right, so you want to get in? Well, just so you're aware, this is for knights, not just randos.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, I'm a knight, and one of the kids like smacks him with their little sword, which then makes the kids basically be dismissed. Because you don't know, this is a stranger, you don't know their temperament, you don't want them to hurt them. And this is where Duncan's gooberness really starts to come into realization. Sir Dunk is a hilarious name.
Yes.
And that is definitely a joke NPC character the DM came up with, that everyone at the table absolutely loved and is going to remain in their party for basically the duration of the campaign. That it's not a name that you could take seriously. But he presents him with the sword that has a crest on it, which is a sun. And that means nothing to me. So then he starts lying his ass off.
Correct.
I accidentally put a cookie in my mouth. I would bet nothing. I was just staring at the cookie and I had to eat it. All right. He starts lying his ass off about, my sire, wanted me to become a knight. Very heavily implied he did not have any intention.
Yeah. The book kind of leaves it open if oh crap, what was his knight's name?
I'm looking.
I should know this. Arlen. Yeah, Sir Arlen. The book keeps it vague if Sir Arlen actually knighted him before he died or not. This one makes it very clear. Yeah, that did not happen. He's lying.
Yes.
He's not. So like no one knighted him. So he is not technically a knight.
Yeah, he's not a knight. He keeps saying, "Oh, he was on his deathbed. He caught his long sword before him, and then he knighted me, and that was his last gesture was to make sure I was knighted." And then the game master's like, "Okay. So did anyone witness this?" And
a bird.
A bird and a tree. The game master's like, "Okay, well, it's not helpful." And then the game master starts lying. So we're all lying. And I'm assuming he's lying because he kind of implies he was, but I also kind of think he wasn't. So he's lying about lying, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "Hey, this is Ashford Town, and we take shit seriously." And like, you're not taking this shit seriously, and if you're like doing like, what is it? Was it false valor or something like that?
Yeah.
Or whatever that phrase is. Then was it the Ashford chair? We hang you naked by your hands and your feet, and we lower you down on your butt to a sharp point, and other things occur. Stolen valor. Thank you, Ram Bam. Also, what's that you doing there? What's that you doing there?
Huh?
I know it's because you're British. Valor. Does it have a U? I thought it didn't have a U for us Americans.
Velour.
Valor. That's okay. I love teasing you. I love teasing you British people about you putting U's and shit don't need a U in it.
Yeah. Although I do agree with the Brits about the word herbs because it starts with an H.
Yeah, but then my southern ass just can't do it. I can't commit to it. You got some herbs? Got some herbs? Herbs? You got some hair? You got some herbs?
What other word can you think of that starts with an H where the H is silent? Like,
well, there's a town in Houston called it's spelled humble, but it's pronounced umble. So
okay. I guess they're too humble to use the H.
Oh my god. That soared past my head, and I managed to snatch it before it completed its arc of passing me by, not understanding what you meant. Anyway, so he tells me about the Ashford chair, this lovely torture method, and then he's like, "Well, are there other witnesses?" And he was like, "Well, it was raining, and and then the game master's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking with you." Anyway, so dude, this is like a peasant town. Who cares? If you have the balls to say that you're a knight, I'm gonna assume you're a knight, or else because if you're not a knight and you're faking it, you're gonna fucking die out there. So whatever.
Basically, all he says is, "Look, just just sign up and get some knight to vouch for you. That's all you need.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, just make sure someone vouches for you. And you need all the, you technically will probably need coin. Was it coin, horses, and mid? And he's like, well, I don't got mid. I have horses. I have no coin. I am broke.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get told Lionel Baratheon's here.
Yes.
So,
which this is a slight change from the book. He does not meet him at this point, but I did not mind this scene at all.
No, because a little bit of a spoiler here. Lionel Baratheon is the best character currently in the show.
I would say yeah.
I feel like that's kind of an easy.
It's only one episode, but yeah.
I said currently in the show. Yeah. He is the best character.
We haven't met the full cast for the season yet.
Oh yeah, wait, we got 5 more episodes. So
yeah.
In fact, the next episode premiere tomorrow.
Should.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
If I have power tomorrow, I'll be watching it.
Same here.
God help me. But he's like, okay, this is like a peasant town. Technically, this is not that it's serious, but it's not that serious of a tournament. But just also so you're aware, there are some high-ranking people that have decided to roll up in here. So like, try not to embarrass yourself.
Correct.
Because they will probably kill you, and because of their rank, we're not gonna fucking do anything about it. Because then if we try, we will die. And we're not about that. We don't know you. We're not gonna defend you like that. So, and yeah, kind of just awkwardly ends up leaving and or starts to leave. And then he asks him, hey, what's your name? Like, what's his name? The guy that knighted you, and would it be known? And you kind of get the impression, maybe not. But there was a house that he flew under that he was a part of.
No, he was Arlen of Pennytree.
I know, but it's kind of implied other people don't know who that is.
Well, yeah, because Arlen was also a hedge knight. He had no allegiance to any house.
Oh, I don't know why I didn't piece that together. He was obviously a hedge knight, but it's just like he said his name with pride, it's this guy, and he's like, I have no fucking idea who that is.
I don't know who that is, dude.
Yeah, that's not helpful. So it's he could have been known to a small group of people, but he wasn't known throughout the realm, right?
Correct.
So like a local celebrity that hasn't reached national seas. And he's like, well, you gotta make sure somebody vouches that you are not completely bullshitting me right now. Because he's like, I don't think you're a knight, but if you can vouch the guy you're talking about is known by one of these people, then whatever, we'll let you in.
Oh, hold on, we did skip over my favorite line of the entire episode.
Well, I will have another cookie while you talk about your favorite line.
Okay, yeah, because he's questioning his valor. He's questioning his valor, like, why are you here and everything, and he's starting to get angry, like, why are you here? And he just goes, supper. and
that's his Lionel.
But yeah, and Lionel was just like, that makes sense. I like that. Yeah.
No, I know. I wasn't at that part. I was still with the game master.
Oh, I thought we'd gone
to. No, I said he went to leave. I'm kind of going frame by frame a little bit here. So
I'm sorry. I thought we had already moved on to him talking to Lionel.
By the way, that is also my favorite line. That's why I was like, really? Your favorite line was at that part? Oh, okay. There are much better lines, but okay. I agree. That is the best line. That is actually, I think, my favorite scene in the whole episode.
Okay.
Now we're going. No, you're fine. So he's trying to get his rep. He's kind of trying to get his rep
Mhm.
credentials.
He
And the
needs to level
guy,
up. He needs to get to level 3 and
yeah,
before the quest line will continue.
yes. So he's trying to talk to the guy who's going to give him XP, and the guy that gave him XP apparently has had drunk sex until he passed out, which is just great. And the what do we want to call them?
The who?
The two ladies.
Oh,
What do we want to call them? I don't know their names. I
um,
really don't want to use
the ladies of the evening ladies or the puppet ladies?
ladies of the evening ladies.
Okay. Those were made up for the show. They are not in the book at all.
Oh, well, that's kind of a bummer. I really liked them. I thought they were funny. Particularly when they're in the tent later.
I was confused. Like, why are they wrapping her up when she's not? I was confused by that.
I would love to know why we're faking this girl's death. I want to know that. I want to know, what are we doing, guys?
Why are we wrapping up this naked lady and why is she faking her death? What is happening?
Please, someone tell me. And I'm going to laugh if I never get to find out, because if we're just going with Duncan, and there's a good chance he will never find out. So why would we?
Again, those women are not in the book. They are. It's mentioned that hooers are at the campsite trying to get money and offer their services, but Duncan doesn't interact with them really.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I don't think he would anyway. He's not that kind of. It doesn't give me that vibe of wanting to have anything to do with that.
I mean, he does. There is a line in the book where he mentions, like, I could pay for one, but
yeah,
I'd rather have someone like me for me and not my coin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like he doesn't give me the vibe. It's like, well, yeah, anyone could pay for one for the most part, right? It's just the then doing it. That's a whole different. That's a whole different thing. It's like anybody could pay for one. Okay, it's the act of actually going through with it, which does give you a particular type of personality. Like you have a particular personality, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a lot more common in this era specifically, right?
Correct.
Far more common than it is nowadays. In America, I should say.
Yeah. There is a line in the book where it mentions that Duncan had never been with a woman, but there was a woman that showed him how to kiss once. But she had to like step on like a step stool in order to reach him.
Yeah. It is funny because now he would be swarmed. Like if he went on Tinder and he put 7 feet and he actually came up in wherever they met 7 feet. Oh, yeah. Oh, his DMs would be blowing up.
Yes.
I've never been on Tinder, so I don't know how that works. I'm assuming there's DMs or something, some variation of that.
I don't know.
I don't know. No, absolutely not of any of that kind of stuff. I've always been no. I met my husband as a normal person would on YouTube and Twitter. Very normal way.
Very traditional.
We're very traditional here, yes. Anyway, so he can't talk to the guy he needs to talk to, so he goes, "Well, the hell am I gonna do?" And he kind of just starts, when you don't know what you're doing and you're trying to act like,
just kind of putters around.
Yeah, you're kind of like, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what I should be doing, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna walk around and kind of check everything out. And he sees the kind of reaches where the field, I guess one could say, will be, and people are practicing and warming up as one does. It's very funny to like think of this as just like a sport, because that is literally what this is. It's just a sport that people don't do anymore.
Yeah.
But he's and he meets, what's this guy's name? Do we have a name for him? He meets this asshole.
Which one?
Okay, so you have you kind of have, you have the big guy, and then you have the little cousin that's the squire, right?
Yeah.
And the squire, even though he totally sold him under the bus for the most part, he seems far more tolerable than the knight. And he has an apple on his chest, which is really funny because I love the idea that some house had enough power to have like a proper symbol and everything, and they chose an apple with an arrow through it. And that's just endlessly funny to me. The jokes that would come from that are it's endless, right? You'd have to work really hard to have people take you seriously. I say that because there is a house in Game of Thrones that has a rose as their like symbol, and the matriarch of that house is probably
House Fossaway. That was it.
the best, most badass, I would say, as far as knowing what she's doing in politics and whatnot. To the point that they get called like, they're like the thorns, not so much the roses anymore. So the silly apple people. I just so funny. You're the apple people. You could have had so many other things as your mascot for your house, and you chose apples. So yeah, Fossaway, that's what I had to say. Come try me. He challenges him. Challenges our Sir Dunk for a little bit of a match, and it's obviously not going to be a friendly, fair fight, just based on the way that he's dealing with his cousin. Like he's obviously like just trying to knock off some competition. His little cousin's egging him on, and it's it's just one of those like, genuinely, why the fuck would I do? What gain do I have for this? I gain nothing by doing this, right? Like, what? I get injured, right? There's no real tournament setting games happening right now because this is a warm up, and honestly, nobody cares. If you got your arm chopped up in a warm up, they're gonna blame you, not the person who did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but he was a challenger because of how big he is. He's a new guy. He's big. I want to cut down the big new guy.
It's like Goku. Yes. Like, ooh, big guy. I can fight him.
I want to fight him. I'm going to destroy the entire universe and all alternate versions of it so I can fight the big guy. That's fine.
Yeah.
Untold amounts of people will die because I want to fight the big guy. Thank you, Goku. Oh, stupid ending. And he kind of realizes that he should, Sir Dunk kind of realizes that, well, if I keep standing around here, I'm probably going to get more of that kind of harassment, right? No one's taking me seriously because I'm in rags and I'm clearly not associated with any house. So right. I probably need to go find my own little slice of peace. And he does. And arguably, I would say he found the best spot in the whole area.
He did.
So,
and we get to see his ass again.
Yes, I once again get to see male booty. And I will say we've been watching Sons of Anarchy, and I have seen more Jack's booty than I have ever wanted to see in my entire life. And that's like the only butt I have seen the whole show too. Like I have seen pretty much no other nudity but Jack's ass in the whole show. And I'm like, okay, well, now I'm thinking it's in your contract, sir, because I have seen so much of it. There must be at least 3 times per season you see my whole butt, both cheeks. Okay, sure, buddy. Anyway, so he tries to get cleaned up, and I mean, he did his best.
I mean,
And there is
when all you got is the river.
all you got is the river, and no deodorant, no body wash. There's
Yeah.
no soap of any kind.
In the book, it's actually described kind of funny, where he says that Master Arlen always taught me to always bathe once a month, whether you smell foul or not.
You do. So they just linger on his butt. I mean, we're talking like 20 seconds, it seems like, of his butt.
Yeah. It lasts way too long. It's like, I get it. He's bathing, he's getting himself cleaned up, he's knocking the dirt out of his clothes.
Yes.
I get it.
We get lots of butt. And you do see he is kind of jacked. Like, if this is him not fully, this is not his final form. Oh, y'all, some of y'all are in trouble.
Yeah, he's still growing.
Because he could probably punt y'all out of the stadium. Like, it's just, he's a big boy. He's a biggin. And he tries to clean the rags. There is really no cleaning of the rags.
Correct.
And it stinks. And he stinks. And he knows he stinks. And he's kind of, like, his confidence is a little down because he knows he's a stinky boy. He's a big stinky. Even for medieval times, he's big stinky. And he kind of sets up a quote-unquote camp, which is really him just leaving his other horses to graze by the river. And he's under a tree. And he does love trees. He loves sleeping under trees.
He does. In fact, you might want to take a look at his love of trees.
Okay. Well, he likes the trees. Okay. He's a big eco warrior. He is one with the trees. I do hope we don't go the way where he is one of those. I don't know if you remember this. The people who got way too into trees to the point that they started doing stuff to them.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't do it. Don't. There's a squirrel in there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, so he goes back and he's like, all right, it has been 8 hours. Surely he's awake. And the ladies of the evening are like, nah. No, he ain't. He is not awake. And we can't really do anything. You kind of zoom out, and apparently she's also a seamstress. Or one of them is. And is sewing the pants of a man who is, it looks like wearing a mini skirt. Which then made me think of a tutu. Which then made me go down a road of yeah. That made me go down a different road. But what if it was green and sparkly? Shout out the diva himself. And yeah, so just kind of he has gouty toes, which is so vile and disgusting, and I never needed to know that, but thank you. But yeah, he's like, well, I'm kind of screwed, right? Because I need this by tomorrow, and I can't get this information. And that's when we see this chick's being wrapped up on this table, and for some reason they're trying to pretend like this chick's dead. We do not get an answer as to why that's happening. I would love an answer. But I also think it would be equally as funny if I never get an answer. Because, stuff happens around you, and you don't really need to know the follow-up of everything. And you don't get to know the follow-up of everything. And he's freaking out, like, all right, well, I have to talk to this guy. And they're like, I don't know what to tell you, and they don't really treat him with a lot of respect.
No.
And which, I mean, to be fair, you take a look at him and you take a look at where, it's just like, yeah, probably. No one knows who you are and you're wearing rags. Like, there's not a whole lot there, and yeah, they're just kind of rude and mean to him, and he kind of stands up for himself. You're like, well, what the hell, And he says, "I'll try him in the morning," and he does end up leaving. And he gets some free beer, mead,
He does.
whatever, and he kind of walks around because he doesn't know what he's doing. And this is one of those moments I went, okay, this is me at a party, but I didn't have someone that I came with, like a friend. So I can't just latch on to somebody. I don't know anyone at this party. First of all, what am I doing here? I don't know anyone at this party. And then you just kind of walk around, but you don't know how to insert yourself in a conversation. So you're just awkwardly walking around, looking at people, trying not to look like you have no clue what's going on. And he sees that, oh, okay, there's a play happening. That's fun. And there is a play, and there is one of the most awesome dragon puppets I've ever seen.
Wasn't that incredible?
What the shit? Where is this? Why everyone's poor? You put all the money in the dragon puppet? That looks better than some CGI I've seen from the modern day. What the shit? That's an amazing dragon puppet.
Yeah, I would unironically love to see that show.
Yes, that is okay. That's our standard for dragon puppets now. And shit, this medieval peasants came up with a dragon puppet that's better than you people with hundreds of thousands of dollars to put into the costume and prop department. Okay, they even make it breathe fire, guys.
Yeah. In the book, it's described that it sprays red sawdust to get the fire effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal.
It's like I'm not joking. I would unironically want to watch that puppet show
just for the puppet of the dragon. It's awesome, and I'm not sure which dragon it is. Do we know which dragon it is?
I mean, it depends on which show they're doing because they're puppeteers and they have an audience, so they're doing multiple shows. That's what they do in the book.
Oh, okay.
So they're telling multiple stories. So I'm sure they use the dragon for different shows.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, I tried to put the dragons in as much as possible because that's a pull.
Yeah, and the puppet show is actually important to the story.
No shit, I kind of zoned out a little bit. I was so focused on the dragon, I really didn't pay attention to what was happening. So I guess I'm gonna have to rewatch that scene. Because I was like,
well, the scene itself isn't that important, but the puppet show people are.
Oh yeah, no, I mean obviously, this moment where he is standing in the crowd is when you really understand how much taller he is than everybody. Yes. That is like the moment you really realize, and from that point forward, because they slowly introduce how tall he is. And I will give the show credit. That was one of the smoothest, best ways you could have done that, is how to slowly introduce it. In fact, I don't really even have anything to complain about how you introduced his height. Mm-hmm. His height is obviously a huge part of this character. So it is insane that it took that they held until the halfway point of the show, and the way they slowly do it by showing no one and then a couple and a little bit more, then you have a little hints, and then now he's surrounded by people, and it is so clear he is giant.
Yes,
he's giant to people now, but back then even more so. And I saw the way the camera zoomed in on the chick that's narrating. And then I saw Sir Duncan's face. And then I went, oh boy. Yep, that's the love interest. That's a love interest right there. Now, I don't know if it's mutual. It kind of looks like it might be a little bit of a spark between them, right?
But it's a crush. I'd say it's a
yeah,
crush.
obviously they locked eyes for 0.5 seconds. I'm not saying they're madly in love and they're gonna get married in 2 days. Okay, I'm saying that like they locked eyes. That they the time so down and oh my god, yes, a crush was born. There you go. Now he obviously has much. I would say he has a bigger crush than she does. But she,
I mean,
she has noticed it.
she is a performer.
Yes, and that's the problem. Is that she's on stage when this happens. So you actually have no idea if like they're setting it up where, oh, actually she was just smiling to the crowd because they really liked it, or if she actually, you know, she actually saw him and was attracted, but he was very obviously attracted to her.
Mm.
So he ends up
Yes.
leaving.
Tenzel.
Okay. I'm not gonna remember that. Puppet lady.
Yep. She's described as Tenzel too tall. And he just goes, well, she's not too tall for me.
Okay. I didn't get the impression she was even remotely tall, but I don't remember. I'd have to revisit that at some point, or they show me in the next episode.
I mean, they should have some dialogue in this season.
Okay, that's good. Kind of hoping there was some dialogue happening this. I'm messing with you. I'm just fine. All right. I know what you mean. So then the cousin, the squire of the guy earlier with the apple on his chest, approaches him after he leaves the tent and is like, hey, I'm sorry. Kind of a bitch. I was throwing you under the bus because honestly, I was tired of him whooping up on me. But if you would have done that, he would have destroyed you. So good thing you didn't do that, but you seem like a good guy, and I'm just the beginning of a male friendship. Kinda.
Yeah.
Anyway. So there's some conversation with you write an attorney, blah blah blah. You have the look of a challenger, and do you have anyone particular in mind that you want to beat up on? And he's just kind of like, I have no idea who the hell is even here. I'm not even technically in the tournament yet. So, he's like, well, it doesn't matter, really. Who cares? And that's what you're supposed to say, which I was a little confused by. Oh, that's what you're supposed to say. Oh, that it doesn't matter. But it's like, well, I mean, he means it.
Right.
Because he actually doesn't really know anyone who's here. But I think he invites him to a party, right? He's the reason he goes to the party. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he gets invited to the party. And let me tell you something. When I first saw the Baratheon tent, I laughed so hard because I was like, oh, I don't know, like whose party we go to. You see the tent, and you very quickly know whose party they're going to, because the sheer amount of antlers that are decorating the tent, you couldn't fit another antler on the tent. There is like 50 antlers on the opening of this tent, on the outside of it. And that's so funny to me. That's just hilarious. Like, what? What do we? What
the? So, it's the Lannister tent, right?
Yeah, the lions. They had all the antlers out there.
Yeah. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Amazing. And I went, oh, whoever is in charge of this is a diva immediately. There's no reason this tent needs to have this many antlers. All you need are the flags, the colors, the guards, the flags / banners, the colors and the guards, and then you can have the one in the middle of the archway, right? You can have that up there that has like the skull and that's fine. It's the fact that you added 50 more antlers to the entrance that really seals it. I was like, okay, this is hilarious. I have no idea why y'all did that. That took so much time. The gathering of all of that, the fact that you had to pack them. Where did you pack them? Because you can't put the tent up with those already on it, because you can't fold the tent up. It's going to make holes. Antlers are not dull. Not really. Most of it is, right? It's blunt, but like the tips, there's a reason why male deer and elk and whatever, that's how they fight each other. Any horned animal fights each other, like male ones particularly, will fight each other with those because they are weapons, essentially, that grow out of your head. So it's really funny. Just, you had to kill that many, right? You had to bring that many. Okay. You had to store them somewhere, which that's like a whole cart in and of itself, right? And they're not lightweight. Then you had to staple them to the tent.
Correct.
And then you have to take all that down. It's just so funny. I love the tent. So unnecessary. Yet, when you meet Lytle Baratheon, it all makes sense immediately. Just what a wonderful character. So he goes into this tent, and he has to give up like his cloak and his sword because they're drinking, and this is a party, and they don't want anyone killing anybody.
Right.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. So he gets in there. He doesn't really know what's going on, and people are having fun, and there's lots of good food, and there's music, and there's a little bit of play fighting, and he just kind of plops his butt down and is like, well, I guess, I'm here. And nobody questions it because probably nobody else really knows anybody else. And the squire that got him in serves him drink a little bit, and you get the first look of Vlado Baratheon, and he is my favorite character by a wide margin. And it's funny because, look, he said to me at the beginning of the episode, he's like, all right, I'm not going to tell you who my favorite character is. I want you to guess. I want you to let me know the second you see them. And I was like, okie dokie. And a second I saw Vlado, I was like, that's him. That is him. I was like, that is what, the one wearing green and gold and yellow with the horned helmet is your favorite? Shocking. Who didn't see that coming? Who has by far the most fun personality, I think, in the Seven Kingdoms. This is amazing. Everything. I need that crown always to be there. I wish that was a crown I was more aware of in Game of Thrones. That is such an obvious thing to do, because when you think about it, it's just like a deer, right? Like, deers really aren't that terrifying and intimidating. And if you're trying to build a house with warriors and shit in it, trying to build one with like a deer is kind of difficult. Then, like, imagining in battle at like dawn, and there's fog everywhere, and you see this guy come charging at you on the back of a horse with antlers and a sword. I'm terrified, man. I'm absolutely terrified. That's some mythological creature, right? It's like a Wendigoon or something like that. That is terrifying. That is a horrifying creature, but it's fabulous too. I love it. I think Lionel Baratheon and Thranduil would be best friends. I'm gonna hold myself on that. He has antlers coming out of his crown, which I don't even know how they managed to do that without super glue. His his sword has antlers coming out of the base of the hilt. And the way he sits is he has his legs crossed and he's kind of sitting crooked, right? And he's clearly already had a few. And he's trying to do speeches, but he keeps forgetting like halfway through what he was even talking about. So now I think he has ADD. And I love this guy. This guy is so great, you know? And he doesn't shout. That's another thing I noticed, is that a lot of times these people will shout whenever oh, hey, here they, or whatever. And he just starts talking. And he just kind of goes, well, why is nobody talking to me? Why is nobody being quiet? I'm talking. Oh my God, I am talking. Why is nobody talking? Everyone's talking. And, he's just kind of sad. Like, why is nobody, it's like, well, you're like a prince, basically. Oh, you can say, shut the fuck up, everybody. And then he's like, I've had a profound thought. If anyone would care to listen. It's not really how he talks, but I like imagining that's how he talks. And he goes on and he makes these speeches, and he keeps forgetting what the hell he's talking about, and it's just beautiful. And you can tell that living in his kingdom must be good. This is a kingdom you would want to live under.
Yes.
He doesn't take himself too seriously. He does want people to respect him and whatnot. But you can also tell he's bored out of his mind, right? You could tell he's bored. You could tell that, like, he's kind of reached a point in his life where it's like, well, I've done shit, and I don't know what else I'm supposed to do, but I'm kind of bored of everything. And he loses his train of thought, and he keeps, God, relatable. What a relatable character. What the hell was I gonna say? And then starts going over what he said before, and then he just goes, whatever. Anyway, doesn't actually, if I forgot it that easily, really, it wasn't that important. Kind of just, goes, well, he's so casual. He's so casual in the way he talks to his people. It's bizarre, because that is not how Robert talked to anybody. That is not how anybody talked to anybody, Nobody, I've never seen someone that has a main house like this talk to everyone underneath them like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe John. But John didn't understand how important, how he was essentially a king from two places, right? He's a double king. They cheated in checkers and double kinged him, okay?
Right.
So he didn't understand that, whereas Lionel Baratheon clearly does, and he's just eccentric. He's very just charismatic. We're here to have a good time, right? But I do think that if you cross him, he will fuck you up. We haven't seen him obviously do that to anybody. But I love this guy. I love this guy. And I'm hoping it's not just because he's drunk, and this is not just his drunk personality, and this is just how he is all the time. Because this show's going to be really, really fun if this is how he is the whole show. And I really want this for the whole show. So the party resumes, and it is going a little crazy now. We have the obligatory mutton, big old chunk of meat for Duncan is chowing down on, and people start dancing. They start doing some crazy dancing. Like, okay, what? Why are you just like a peasant if you're able to dance like that? And he's just chowing down at everything he's seeing. And he gets like a strawberry pastry, some kind of pastry of some sort. And party's still going on. And he starts walking around because once again he has no idea how to interact with people at a party. Relatable. And he starts looking and watching, and he's just then one of the people on Lytle's, like one of his like advisors, it looks like, kind of meets the eyes of Duncan and gestures over for him. And you're like, uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, what's about to happen? And Lytle wants to talk to him. And you do worry about him a little bit, right? Duncan's probably the main character, but they've also told us that people were going to be a main character before and then cut their head off. So I don't know, 100% trust this. And they have proven in this show they're totally willing to subvert you a little bit for what you thought was going to happen, right? Like at the beginning. So yeah, because you can tell Duncan's a little worried about the fact that A, I'm not really a knight, and B, I am eating this guy's food, and he really didn't invite me in. So, and Lytle asks him a bizarre question: "Have you ever been punched in the face before?" Which is a hilarious conversation starter, which could be read immediately as aggression, but is somehow not really read as aggression from him. And he talks about his height and how it seems like Duncan doesn't actually, he doesn't like to show off his height because of how tall he's so tall.
Yeah, he likes to, he hunches.
Yes, it is something. I am very tall for being a chick. In comparison, generally speaking, obviously there's always chicks taller than me. I've known chicks taller than me, right? I had a friend in high school that was 6 feet. Yeah. She had fun. Trying to shop for jeans. And but I am the average height of a guy. That is what my height is. I am the height of your average guy. So it's weird. It's like, in a way, I understand. When you talk to, especially when you talk to chicks, there's a lot of, a lot of time. Oh, look, our favorite motorcycle has returned.
Yep.
And I did find out that I would slouch when I would talk to, when I had a tendency to slouch, so that it didn't look like I was looking down on them. Now, if I wanted to show off my height to be, I don't know, intimidating, that's when I would really bring it out. But I had a tendency to slouch because it is weird to talk down to people. It's a weird feeling when you're not trying to. And so from a much lesser degree, I understand, right? But it is funny because he's so tall that even when he slouches, he is still the tallest person in the room.
Yes.
He kind of talks. He just talks about how I grew up. I didn't want to be noticed. I wanted to be small, but I was tall, essentially. And Lytle's just like, "Hey, you're tall. Be tall. What the hell? What's this? What are we even talking about here? You are tall, regardless of whether you want to be tall or not. So you're just gonna have to learn to be tall." Again, it sounds like we're talking about people who have known each other for a little bit. This is the first conversation these two characters have ever had, and very interesting. Just Lytle is a very interesting character. for how he talks to people. And he basically orders him to be tall, because if he will not be tall, apparently he will be burned at the stake. Okay.
Which is
all
a new
right.
one.
That's crazy. And then he says, "Hey, what'd you bring me? What'd you bring me?"
Yeah.
Lamb's laptop. I can't say that phrase without thinking of that. Lamb's laptop. What'd you bring me? God, I miss season 1 Batwoman. What a comedy show.
That's one word for it.
Oh, it was a comedy show. If you look at it as a serious show, it sucks. If you look at it as a comedy show, it is one of the funniest shows that have ever existed. So great. Duncan, I guess, was never taught or considered this, but Lionel's like, well, hey, I mean, obviously, you decided to come out to my party. You're eating my food. What are you basically? What are you paying Patreon? Help me out, Josh.
Patronage.
Thank you. I'm blaming the cold. My Texas ass is not used to this. I'm buffering. Well, Duncan doesn't have anything, really. I mean, sure, I guess he could give him a horse, but, like, what's he gonna do with a horse? He's a head of a house, or close enough. But, and he's like, well, you wish to curry my favor, and you're obviously here, so what are you? You're just a moocher, basically, right?
Yeah.
And hey, this guy over there across the room's poor, and he still managed to give me something. Everyone's starving where he's coming from, and look at him, he's having a good time. You're like, yeah, that's probably the norm. Everyone's starving, but the guy at top for the most part. And yeah. He said, well, you're here for 2 reasons, right? That you either, you wish for my help or you wish for my head. And you do not want my help. So are you here for my head? It's like, oh, shit. Oh.
Well, that escalated quickly.
No, I do not want to kill you. And he asked him once again, then why are you in my tent? And he says,
supper.
And thus a friendship has begun. You have chosen wisely. Because that won over Lytle so hard. So quickly. I
love how simple the answer is. It's like, oh, yeah.
Food. I wanted food. And he's like, holy shit, yeah. You know what? Fair enough. That makes sense. It's he's just he's kind of like, oh, that worked. Okay, cool. And he asked him what his name is, and he says Sir Dunk. And as everyone else before him, when he says that, they go, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, and I agree. And then we proceed to have a dance party.
Yes, we do.
And he does not dance well until somebody else starts dancing with him, and then he starts actually dancing pretty decently. He was doing the snappy old man snap fingers. Yeah, buddy. All that was missing was him with his thumb out, kind of putting it over his shoulder. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then it's so funny. Lytle enters the dance floor and starts stomping on Duncan's foot. It is basically like, they're basically dancing, right? Because he's trying to stomp on his foot and he's trying to avoid it. And it's almost like another test of weird, kind of like a weird test. And then Duncan stomps on Lytle's foot. And Lytle is so happy. it feels like Lionel is bored and everyone kisses his ass. And he kind of has a little bit, he kind of has everything, but he desperately wants something else, but he has no idea what else it is. And so he's kind of just floundering around, just whatever. I'm bored and I'm rich and I can have anything I want. And he has met a guy that kind of just treats him like a normal person instead of the status that he has. And to be fair, that is something I do like about Duncan a lot. He does treat everyone the same way.
Yes.
There is no, oh, but yeah, he will talk to you like he'll give you your correct title, and he will whatever. But I mean, he's as the way he talks to the innkeeper, the way he talks to the squire, the who was, and Lionel is like all the same way. And they get done dancing, and then they have the drunk bro talk.
Hey man, like you should like totally like join the joust, man.
And also, Duncan's wearing the crown Lionel was wearing earlier.
Yes.
Which, again, to even further reiterate, Lionel's very chill, at least when he's drunk. Because that is something literally nobody else, I think, in all of Westeros would have allowed. But he is so chill. And they're just like, oh yeah, oh don't agonize, don't worry, bro, it's fine, everything's gonna be okay, all right. And you know what? If you worry, it only hurts you. So why worry? And Lionel, like Duncan's pouring his heart out to Lionel. Lionel is stabbing his food with a pickaxe and eating it. Like, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so worried that I'm gonna die and I'm gonna lose everything." And Lionel's like, "Yeah, you probably should be worried about that specifically, though. Like that, yeah, you are kind of in trouble. But what what better thing is there out there than to try your best against someone that you might not have a chance against?" You're just like, damn, that was some drunken wisdom, man. Yeah, it's so funny. They are basically like bros. It just like immediate male friendship, and I super love it. And I am going to be so sad if this thing completely implodes upon itself, because I have been given a happy thing, and George R. R. Martin likes to take away my happiness in his shows. So, I really have a whole lot of hope for that. But it just I really like their friendship. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah.
Right now,
Yes.
now,
Yes.
do not think about anything that happens after this point. We are locked in this happiness until tomorrow.
Right.
So
No. I like the chemistry. I like the way the book. Again, this scene does not happen in the book.
oh, really? Like the best scene in the whole whole episode.
Yeah, he's meeting Lionel way too quickly. He meets him later. But I like the scene. It's establishing Lionel's character. It's establishing how Duncan interacts with the nobility. The chemistry was great. I really enjoyed the scene.
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely great. And Lionel leaves his chair over the table in a very Riker-esque weird fashion.
Yeah.
Where he's like an animal, and then he bops his crown on the antler chandelier, and I 100% think that was a mistake because he immediately apologizes to the antler chandelier. I don't know. That just felt like a oops. I didn't know how tall this thing was, and I walked a little to the left. But I don't know, just very just real thing. So then, as Lionel goes sachets away, he sees the guy that's supposed to basically vouch for him, who is now awake and has 2 women around him. So he goes out and tries to basically remind him of this guy and who he is. And what were your thoughts on this whole thing? Do you remember the scene?
Offhand, I don't.
Okay, so he has two huas, and he's
the scene where they're in the where he goes into the tent. Is that the scene?
no, they're outside of the tent. He's chasing down Manfred, and it's like, hey, do you remember the 21st of September? And he's like, well, how about we talk about that in the morning? I don't know you. I don't know your sire. Go away.
Yeah. Yeah, that scene happens in the book too. He's like, hey, my sire served you at the battle of whatever it was, and he's like, yeah, so did 800 others.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I don't remember. Like, but my lord, he took a lance in your side. Other people died. I don't remember every single one.
Yeah.
It just kind of like a harsh reality of, yeah. Like, sorry, dude. Especially when you're a hedge knight, you're not one of his sworn followers. You're like a step above a mercenary almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, that scene happens in the book too.
Good. Yeah, he's just like, yeah, your knight might have served my father, but my father had several knights, and honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. And
if you did serve us, your master did. You were a squire. I don't know you.
Yeah. Exactly. And he's like, well, I can't do the thing tomorrow if you don't. He's like, yeah, I don't care.
That's not my problem. Bye.
Yeah. Exactly. So he's sad because he's like, well, I guess I'm not going to be able to enter the tournament. I think, okay, so I'm going to assume Lionel's going to vouch for him. That's just me, though.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that.
You can say that. You can think that.
Okay. I'm going to assume that.
I'm not going to spoil anything.
No, it's fine. I'm going to assume that that's what's going to happen. But honestly, anything could happen. I could honestly wake up tomorrow and have no idea what happened last night because of how drunk he was. So kind of defeated. Duncan goes back to camp, and Egg is there, having caught a fish.
Yep.
And is currently cooking it.
He's tended the horses. Yeah.
Yes. You're like, yeah, do you? And, pretty much he has set him up in a way where it's like, you would be a fool to deny him a squire position now. But yeah, Egg snuck in, what is it, at the back of a lamb cart or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's good. he now has a squire, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before that happens, that's when they talk about. He mentions that he's from King's Landing, and that his name is Egg. So that's the official introduction, I guess. But he does promise that he'll treat him right. That, hey, I can't make any promises about anything else, but I'm gonna make sure that you're protected and that you're fed, basically. Hey, it's pretty good. They're laying down, and it's it's towards the end of the night, and they're laying down, they're staring up at the stars, and a falling star goes by.
Yes.
And Egg comments, a falling star brings luck to those who see it.
Mm-hmm.
And Duncan's like, shut up, I want to go to sleep. But Egg continues to talk, very clearly making it. If you didn't catch it before, you could. He's aristocratic. He has aristocratic upbringing. Because he says, "Well, hey, the other knights are sleeping in a tent, so we were the only ones that saw that." And Duncan comments, "So, oh no, is it not? It's not Duncan. Maybe it is. Oh my God, could we hurry up, guys? No, I'm trying to call it. Okay, so then Duncan comments. So the luck is all ours, basically. So we have all the luck, and that makes Egg smile as he goes to sleep. That's pretty much the end of the episode, even though there's like 10 minutes left. Because I think there's like a preview for the next episode, but I didn't watch that. So. Yep.
Yeah.
Very setup episode-y. But currently, Lionel's my favorite character. We have a couple other characters that I'm interested in seeing the progression of, and I am interested in seeing how he fights, because we haven't seen Duncan fight at all. So I actually have no idea how good or bad he is. I will say that he's probably going to end up. Is Manfred fighting, or is he not fighting?
Yes, he
is fighting. Okay, so I'm assuming at some point we kind of set up a little bit of an antagonist with him, even though all he said was truth. So I'm assuming there's going to be a fight between him and Duncan at some point. But I've been subverted before by George, so.
Mm-hmm.
And we did get told that he has gout on his toes. Yeah. So it's not pretty. That's not good for fighting. Gout's gross. Anyway.
Yeah.
Da-da. Da 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 da. Oh
but
my God.
I liked it.
I did. I was surprised at how much I liked it.
Yeah. I thought the characters were well defined. The acting was solid.
Yes.
And they've definitely have set things up for where the story needs to go.
Oh yeah. I mean, this was a pretty flawless setup episode, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Except I am sad I didn't get an intro.
Yeah. But I mean, hopefully we will get one tomorrow.
Yeah. that I am hoping. I mean, I would assume we would get one tomorrow. All right. I think I have said all I'm going to say. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. I know I have a little bit more winter prep I gotta get done. And I need to eat something. So I think I am gonna go do that. We all know once I get too hungry, I have to leave. It's required. The end of the stream is nigh.
Correct.
Oh, are you prepared? You all prepped up?
There's a few more things I think I need to do, but I think we're good to go. Yeah, the one thing I'm concerned about is losing power.
Yes, it's like ice on the road.
If we lose power, we're fine. Or no, if we lose power, it could get nippy.
Yeah.
Then it's we have a gas stove, so that'll turn on, and we'll sleep in the kitchen if we have to.
Worst case scenario, yeah. Yeah. We also have a gas stove, thank goodness. I will be wrapped up like a burrito. I will become a burrito.
Okay.
But I have heard that another good way is to actually like kind of pretend like you're camping indoors once you lose power and it's really, really cold outside. Because tents have a tendency to be designed to keep stuff out like that.
Correct.
So, you could actually, you could camp in there. You could pretend like the stove is like a fireplace, campfire, right? You could roast some marshmallows over the stove. And tell spooky stories in the dark and get some sleeping bags. Our makeshift sleeping bags.
Yeah.
So, yay! Camping adventures in Josh's house. So, yeah, power is the one thing I'm worried about as well. It's like, I don't want to. Oh God, losing power. First of all, I lose food. That's always a crime.
It is.
But yeah, I don't mind if the roads get icy. Just stay off of them, right?
Correct.
And hope to God no one creates a sunroom that you didn't ask for.
Yeah, once was enough.
Yeah. So it can't decide. It's saying now we're not gonna have any rain on Sunday, but I'm just like. So what did they say? That the front is moving quicker than they thought it was going to.
Mm-hmm.
Like the moisture part. So the rain, we're not going to get as much rain, but it's going to be colder for longer. And I'm like, well, that's not good either. So I just don't want people to lose power. That's it. I think we could all deal with it if we as long as we have power, but it's the losing the power part. So everybody out there, Red, you don't have to worry about this because you're in Britain. It'd
be one huge storm if it was affecting him.
Yes, it's a right hook from the North Pole, basically. That's what we're getting. It's a whole huge chunk of America is getting this. So anybody who is in America dealing with this nonsense, I hope you have power. And I hope you stay warm. That is all. We will be, like I said, we're basically going to be hunkering down until Tuesday at the earliest. There are some bridges around us, so I don't even think I could really properly leave, even if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, unless, yeah, okay, there is round 2 next weekend. I think it starts on. For me, it starts on. I think it starts on Saturday, which is great.
Right, great, woo.
Yeah, woo. But as of right now, we will have a show on Saturday.
Yeah.
Should that change, there will not be a show. Because I can't say that I'm going to let y'all know on Twitter and I'm going to let you know on here because I will forget. And if I don't have power next Saturday, most likely, I'm not going to want to,
Mm-hmm.
use it going on Twitter. So, all right. Y'all stay safe, stay warm, and we will hopefully see y'all next Saturday. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.